Hey guys, today I'm going to be talking about the war between USS and like all of its allies versus MM and BG and and SI. So currently the war has been pretty cool. And that makes no sense because I literally just made a video about how it not being cool. But the thing is, I want to get first out of the way. I am going to be somewhat personally biased because I am from USS. I only get information from USS, but I try to be as objective as possible. In the comments, there was a lot of people who said in my last update of the politics that I was being biased or whatever. I'm sorry, but this is only the information that I get. I'm sure that there is a lot of information on their side as well, but either way, I'm doing a brief overview, and this isn't really anything that I could bias. So going on, you got the war, and I just add a couple more clans that are pretty important, like CFD. Apparently, Autismo's been building some, or apparently they've been wanting to create some closer relations and maybe enter this war. I don't know. Bean Hoarders is also helping USS, but they haven't sent out ships, so I kind of didn't list them. HMS is somewhat neutral to USS. They don't like SI either, so they're and HMS is like MP and stuff, but the rest of the fight still PEZ, Siberia, CI, BGI, and USS versus BBMM, SI, Epic, and Poop. And Decepticons is neutral. They have a couple crew helping MM, but a couple crew also are helping USS. It's just a couple rogue crew. It has nothing to do. So in the war, you're going to be talking about, wait, how is this war cold? There's been so many kills. You got this USS ship, this USS ship, this USS ship, this USS ship, this BGI ship, this BGI ship. So you're like, wait, isn't USS getting destroyed? How is this happening? And how are you going to be able to explain that it's a cold, that this is not like a complete defeat? Well, the fact is that the USS has also gotten a couple kills, but less, I would say, probably than SI. The thing is that the difference is who is actually getting killed. A lot of these ships are owned by lower members, or some aren't even in USS. Like, a lot of them are actually just recruits that we allow them to use the name because they're nice and peaceful, but they don't have anything connected to our global strategy. A lot of the ships from M that we've killed, at least from my information, have been owned by the uppers in MM and have been pretty strategically important. Now, this is just my opinion on the matter. I mean, I'm sure that there are some outliers, but USS, a pretty important thing is that 0 ships that are actually owned by the clan have been lost. That means ships that are actually owned by Gen B, Skulls, me, or even any ship that's owned by an officer. No upper or even at medium tiered player in USS has actually lost a ship. It's mostly been lower tier people. Regardless, SI and MM have been getting a lot of loot from that, so it is shifting the war. Another thing to keep in mind is that USS hasn't been able to do a lot of fighting, which is why we haven't been able to help out a lot of those smaller people. One of the big things is that we've been trying to consolidate. We've been trying to consolidate since September. That's a very important part. So the rogue people that haven't entered that consolidation, they sometimes don't listen to it, so that can happen. Then another thing is USS has been focused on things like farming or getting this war or outlasting our enemies in the war. That's why we farm tons and tons of Explo. In fact, I think this is less than a week's worth of Explo being farmed. I mean, I don't know how many ships like this we have, but it's a lot. And then we also, another thing is we're in the U.S. A lot of our players are from the U.S. and a lot of them are taking AP exams. Like, I'm taking an AP exam this week, so I don't know why I'm recording this. But either way, it's a big thing, so a lot of people can't actually play. So from USS, we can't really bring the players. Another thing is it's a big gamble because you have a bunch of major clans, 5 or 6 ships versus 5 or 6 ships. That's 1,000 flux right there that you could possibly lose. So it's very scary to start to do an offensive like that. Another really important thing is that there's a player cap. Now, this player cap is a little bit bugged. I liked using it because it was bugged. Regardless, you can see that there's only 200 players allowed. This means that in EU or US, 200, like a separate counter for each. So that means that in a big battle, you actually end up filling this and can't reinforce. This is really bad because let's say MM sends all of their ships over to the US. Now they're going to fill up the player cap, and then we can't even fight them. And that happens the same exact way towards their end. We go to EU and we can't fight them, or we're in the US and we're seeing like one MM ship, but then we can't fight them because I don't know. or they can't fight us. They just sit in free pour in the U.S. So that's a big problem because neither side can fully use all of their troops because they probably have 40 or 50 crew each side. So that means that a big fight, there's not enough player cap. So a potential solution would be either organized battles where we pick a time and then we end up making sure that like it's like a low population time when there's a lot of slots, or on a server with a lot of slots available for both clans to fight. Another idea is smaller skirmishes. Maybe we make like a artificial limit of like 3 ships in a fight. And then another potential fix would be battles across EU and US servers at the same time. So let's say USS sends 3 ships to EU and keeps 3 in US, and MM and SI do the same exact thing. We could fight 2 battles at once, and that would help spread out the crew over multiple servers so there's enough cap. But that's why this war has been pretty cold. I hope you enjoyed my fast-paced explanation, and please leave a comment down below. I'm sorry if I skimmed over some facts, but this is like intro stuff. I just wanted you guys to be able to understand it, you know? Have a great rest of your day.